Welcome back to Locked On Buffs. It's Kevin Borba. It's Jordan Dominic. Jordan, the Buffs are leaving Boulder for the first time this year. They're going down to Houston, which is kind of like I don't say a homecoming for Coach Prime because he doesn't live in Houston, but he's a Texas guy, kind of. He played for the Dallas Cowboys. When he was recovering from his cancer this offseason, he stayed in Texas. So kind of a homecoming for him and some of their players. Talk to me about how things change, right? We're no longer getting prepared to go play on our home field. We are preparing to go play at Houston or whatever it may be. So what goes through preparation? What are the big differences and what are the challenges?
So there are a few things that you have to prepare for. One thing is you're going from someplace that's all the way high in the mountains. Now you're going to barely above sea level.
Mhm.
So that's going to be the main thing that you're going to have to worry about is hydration, hydration, hydration. How are you going to prepare your body to go from Colorado heat to Texas heat because it's a very different thing. How are you
Mhm.
going to be able to change for that elevation? How are you going to feel going out there and playing? And Coach Prime, being from Texas, or not being from Texas, but having been in Texas for the longest and knowing a lot of things about Texas, he's going to have his players prepared.
Right.
You're going into a hostile environment for the first time this year on the road. This is the first time you're going to be there where a crowd is actually against you, where you're not only playing against the crowd or not only playing against the team, but you're playing against the crowd. You're
Mhm.
now going to be there are going to be so many more noisemakers on offense. How is the quarterback going to be able to respond to something that's something like that? How is he going to be able to respond to so much noise around him, so much chaos going around? While on the opposite side of the ball, as the defense, how are you going to be able to compare? How are you going to be able to play when you're not at home, when you don't have the crowd on your back, when the offense can really focus and get into their playbook and open their plays up? What are
Mhm.
you going to be able to do to prepare for that? So it's going to be a few environmental factors, a few different factors going in, and plus being on the road, you have to prepare for the travel, you have to prepare for getting on and off the plane, traveling through the buses, having to stay in a hotel overnight. What is your mentality going into it? That's going to be the main thing that the players are going to have to focus on, especially the new players or the players that have never been in that kind of environment before. It's going to be a lot. And just to focus on winning, that's going to be the task at hand. You're going to have so many other factors going against you as an away game, and that's why they say, hey, home field advantage. Colorado's had home field advantage for the first two games of the season, and now they're going to be going against a team that has been doing pretty well this season. I believe Houston is what, 2-0 at the
Who
moment.
knows? Yeah, they've
Yeah.
played Stephen F. Austin and Rice, and they've handled business. And I mean, that's sort of all you can ask with games like that. And Houston's going to be a tough one. So, Jordan, quick question: what is your favorite and least favorite thing about road games?
My favorite thing about road games is I love to see the new environments. I love going
Hmm.
and watching different crowds. And when I win, I love waving at them goodbye.
Yeah, yeah. Well, see you
And
later.
see,
Least favorite part.
especially if it's a close game.
Yeah.
Least favorite part is just the travel. It's
Okay.
so much. I hate having to get on the plane and then get off the plane and get on a bus and then we have to go to the hotel, check in. It's just so much. Like I love going there. I love taking pictures. I love seeing new environments and new places. But I just hate having to get there. Like
Yeah.
that's my main thing. And then road games as well. The one thing I would hate in a football environment, I hate the student section. The student section has so much power, especially when they sit you right in front of the student section. They have so much power. They're just in your ear all game, yelling, yelling, yelling. And I love
Yeah.
when we're at Colorado because that student section is basically the entire stadium.
Yeah.
And you just hear everybody just Colorado, Colorado, just going crazy with the chants and everything. And I love that. So I would say for away games, yeah. I hate having to listen to that student section. I hate having to go against that
Yeah.
crowd. But I love when you make a big play and the crowd gets real quiet. I love
Hmm.
when you're able to do that on the field.
You love to
So
silence them. You love to
love the
hit them with
silence.
the little wave and silence. You're right. Shush them, maybe. Do you ever throw out the shush? Do you shush
I
anyone
have
out there?
never, I have never. So my situation, I always did something different. So whenever I got a sack, whenever I was at Colorado, not
Hmm.
Colorado, when I was at Georgia Tech, when I got a sack, I would roll the dice. And
Oh.
then when I went to Arkansas, I started shooting the arrow, and I did the same thing at Colorado with the arrow.
Mm.
But I never shushed the crowd. I always would just like look at them and just like you would just see me just scan the crowd and just smile, just like yeah. And I'm thinking in my head, yeah, shut up. Like
You're like, I did not. You guys could be quiet now.
you
No,
guys be
we love
quiet
that.
now.
That's the energy Colorado needs. I think that'll help them. Like, obviously, you don't want to let the environment overwhelm you and like sort of overtake you, where it's like all of a sudden like, because we all know what happens, right? You guys get on the field, the adrenaline starts pumping, and some frat bro named Chad starts chirping, and all of a sudden you're like screaming at the stands, and like on the field you start to lose focus. Like, you don't want that, but you do want that little extra edge. And so it'll be a really good test for Colorado. I think they win. I haven't really done a score prediction yet. I don't know if I'm ready, but I do think they win a closer game than people expect. But I think Colorado has a little bit of momentum now, and it'll be fun. So Jordan, appreciate you hopping on. If you guys want to become Locked On Buffs insiders, there's a link below in this caption. We're going to be doing weekly film breakdowns. There's also a feature where you could text us one-on-one, and we'll answer questions if you have those about anything Colorado related, or maybe about Jordan's experience. So it's going to be really cool, really fun. This has been another episode of Locked On Buffs.